Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Shelly-Ann Weeks, author activist, and I am the founder and executive director for HerFlow Foundation. I just wanted to do this little video just to give you an idea of what we went on with in 2020, because of course, you know, it was a very different world, but we still had to get the work done. So, of course, 2020 started out with a bang. We had 19 projects in our calendar and we were ready to go. We had some very, very big plans, and everything was supposed to kick off in March with our first event, Celebrate Her, where we had planned to celebrate some guidance counselors doing amazing work in their schools. And then COVID happens. The day before we were supposed to launch Celebrate Her, COVID happens. And so the year continued. We had to postpone Celebrate Her, which, by the way, is going to be coming back in 2021 with a bang, because we are still going to be celebrating all of those people, because that is just what it's supposed to do. Anyhow, 2020 kicked off with the whole announcement that everything had to be locked down. So, of course, all of our plans to go into schools, to make our donations as we usually do, and to conduct our different period education workshops as we usually do, were all postponed, because we didn't have any end in sight in terms of an end date. We had to pivot and figure out how we are going to do all of these things that we had planned to do. Some of them we couldn't do at all, others we added. Now, the first thing that we did was to realize that we had to get some care package out, especially to communities, because we recognized that with the lockdown, a lot of persons were not going to be working. And so we got in touch with the Ministry of Health, and we were able to donate care packages and products that included personal care items, toothpaste, deodorant, personal care, stuff like that, to the ministry, so that it could go out with the care packages that were going to different communities that were initially locked down. So we did that through the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. We made those donations. We also partnered with Sunshine Snacks, and we got some 40 something cases of snacks that we were able to send in, because we wanted to do something for the kids as well, because the truth is they're stuck at home, because by this time schools were closed. So, you know, a lot of parents didn't have a lot of activities and things for them to do. And you know, you got some kids at home, they're going to be eating. So we made sure that they had some of those snacks and all of that. Moving on, we got to May, and now period is a subject that we have to continue our education focus on, because of course, you know, through HerFlow, education is at the foundation of everything that we do. So we went online, and Everyday Period was born. Everyday Period happened every single Thursday morning at 11 a.m. and we were able to have some really, really intense educational conversations with a myriad of guests from all over the world, which is another gift that COVID gave us, because now we're able to get in touch with a lot of our partners and experts from all other countries who are now online and available to have a lot of these great conversations. So with Everyday Period, we're able to address a lot of female reproductive health issues, from fibroids to endometriosis to PCOS to how the period works, and we describe different types of products, all these kind of things. Everyday Period, by the way, is coming back, so watch this space. We also had something which I'm very, very proud of, which is our first inaugural period party, virtual period party, and that happened on Menstrual Hygiene Day, which was May 28th, and we were able to have some very, very meaningful conversations. We had participants who told us their period story, Debbie Bissoon, Terry Carell, and who else? We had some men who came on, fathers talking about periods, which probably was my favorite part of the entire thing, because it was so interesting to hear men talk so intimately about periods and how it affected their lives and the lives of the women that they love. One father who stood out to me told me about his daughter, who she became ill because she had an accident and broke both her arms, and he had to do everything for her, including change her menstrual products. And it just really touched my heart, because he was like, well, who else is going to do it? I'm her father. And, you know, it was just really, really amazing. Of course, we are going to be having that again this year, so look out for that. So that was in May. We continued our donations. We had different organizations get in touch with us that was doing outreach in their communities, and we made donations to them. And we also got contacts from some schools who were still doing products for the Kids on Their Path program. So we ensure that they had products to include in those packages so the kids could go out as well. We do our biannual. Is it biannual or semi-annual? Well, we make a donation to the correctional prison for women every year, twice a year. So we went in June and we made that donation, as we usually do as well. Now we come to July, when we had our first ever, never done before, virtual fibroid conference, which was absolutely just, it exceeded all my expectations. We had experts from in Jamaica and overseas who we talked about different treatments for fibroids, different things that are in the pipeline in terms of technology. What are some of the things that we can do from a naturopathic point to deal with your fibroids, how we can handle the pain. It was a really interesting. And by the way, all of these things are available on our YouTube channel, Period TV. So if you go on, you'll be able to see all of these great conversations. It was really impactful. And, that is something that we're very proud of. So that's the Fibroid Conference that happened in July. July, by the way, is Fibroid Awareness Month. So set your calendar because it's happening again in 2021. What else did we do in 2020? We also had a lot of associations with the schools. We had the calls coming from the guidance counselors who were still in touch with their schools. Schools were supposed to open, and then there was the election, so stuff was pushed back, and then we had to make adjustments where that was concerned. But we were still in contact with them, and we were able to get products to them. And what we ended up doing is donating products directly to the schools, and the guidance counselors will get in touch with the students individually, and they'll come and collect them. We have gone to a total of 112 schools in 2020, and we were able to donate overall just under 100,000 packs of menstrual products. That includes what we gave to the school and the prison and the community centers. And I'm forgetting something. In November, our partnership with Always to donate menstrual products to 14 schools, one in each parish. That was supposed to happen earlier in the year, but of course that was cancelled. That was postponed as well. But we're able to execute that in November. So we went to 14 parishes, 14 schools right across Jamaica, and we ensured that those products, it was 18,000 packs of products that was donated to 14 schools in 14 parishes in November. And that is something that we are also very proud of as well. Now, in October, we have a Period Awareness Day. And of course, Period Awareness Week is also in October. So that's the 18th to the 24th. And Period Awareness Day is actually on the 24th. During the week, we had some amazing online conversations, and we had discussions on different topics, from PMDD to menopause and sexuality, to we talked of teens. We had a great conversation with Amina Anekwe from Grassroots Foundation. She's one of their super girls. She's an amazing activist, and she's doing some really good work on the ground over there in New Jersey. And we had our very first period virtual workshop, and we had some students from West Orange High School join us as well with their panties and all of that. It was very great. And we're going to be doing a lot more stuff like that during 2021. What's going on in the schools right now, we do see on the news that there are a number of schools that are going to be opening for face-to-face classes, and we have already started getting the calls about getting in there, doing the workshops in there. Of course, we're going to have to adjust because of the COVID protocols, and we're going to be doing that, but that we'll keep you posted on. But overall, 2020 was a very strange year. It really, forced us to get creative. But one thing was true: period don't stop for nobody, not even a global pandemic. So we realized also that the need for menstrual products was greater, because we had so many persons who don't usually ask for menstrual products asking, just because their situation had changed because of the pandemic. Some persons lost their job, and we're able to step in, and we're only able to do this work because of your support. So we want to say a very, very big thank you to everybody who has ever done anything to help us move forward, from sharing a post to telling a friend to encouraging somebody to buy something to watching what we do online right here. And we want to say a special thank you to everybody who has ever donated anything to us, whether it's you donate to a PayPal account or you donate directly products to us, because we are only able to do this work because of you. And because of you, we're able to donate just under 100,000 menstrual products, packs of menstrual pads this year. And we have so much more work to do because this pandemic has not ended yet and the period is still flowing. So I just want to say another big thank you to everybody, and look out for all the work that we have coming up. It is 2021, it is a new year, period continues to flow, and the work will continue.